Talk to daddy.
Up in here, y'all gonna make me lose my cool.
Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about two conditions that I actually suffer with. I've overcome one and I have battled with the other. So the first condition that we're going to be talking about is PCOS. Polycystic Ovarian, nope, that gotta go out the way. Hi YouTube and welcome to my channel. My name is Therese Destin and today we're going to be talking about something that is really dear to my heart. I have been battling with two conditions, and the first condition that I have overcome is PCOS, Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. And I know that it's a very difficult thing to deal with. I've lived it. For all my girls that are trying to have babies and have fertility issues, I love you and it's going to happen, okay? And for all my people that have the weight on them, you can lose the weight. It's a little bit harder, but the weight can be lost. And for all my baby girls that have the facial hair, before I came on camera, I was tweezing mine. So don't you feel alone, okay? So I'm here for you. Let's go through this and I'm going to show you the connection of my second condition. The second condition that I have is actually
Hidradenitis Suppurativa.
Yeah, that. I have that. And that one, it triggers my self-esteem. And for all my
Hidradenitis Suppurativa sufferers.
That, I love you guys. I know it's very painful. It is not because of hygiene. I bathed 3 times and I smell like a whole fruitcake right now, okay? So it's not your fault. It has nothing to do with clean or anything like that. It's all hormonal, and that's what we're going to discuss today, okay? And I'm going to help you guys through it because it's very difficult. I know seeing the scarring on your body and the pus and the pain, and sometimes you don't want to go to work, but then we have to still live a life where we have to work and we have to continue when we're in so much pain. And even when we're out in public, we feel that we have an odor because we're literally leaking pus. I love you and we're gonna go through it. And I'm gonna tell you what I have done to improve those two conditions and how I've overcome them. I have 3 babies, my PCOS people, okay? I couldn't have kids for 8 years. For 8 years I tried and I could not. And I changed a few things and I have 3 babies. So we're gonna go through all of that. All my
Hidradenitis Suppurativa sufferers.
All of my people, I'm going to tell you how I smell like a complete fruit snack, okay? And how when I have a flare-up, what I do to control it and how I deal with it. I know you're wondering what the two conditions have to do with one another. Why wouldn't I discuss them separately? Which I will in due time, but I have to show you the relations of both. Both of them actually go hand in hand. So there are 2 glands. The 2 glands, there's the endocrine and it's the exocrine. Okay. Endocrine is what is in control of the bloodstream. So that is what is in the internal. That's why it's in control of PCOS, because most of PCOS signs are internal. Infertility is something internal. It affects your mood, it affects your sex drive, it affects your infertility, things of the inside nature, not things that you can see on the outside. It's things that are on the inside because it's going through your bloodstream. The exocrine system, it's a gland. That's where hidradenitis comes in play, because that is an exterior problem. That is something that you see on the outside. That's something that has lesions on the outside. Hidradenitis
Suppurativa.
It normally affects area where skin touches skin. And where skin touches skin is where the sweat glands are. Your armpits, skin touching skin. Between your breasts, skin touching skin. Between your legs, your thighs, skin touching skin. Your vagina, skin touching skin. Under your stomach, skin touching skin. And that's where we'd normally have these abscess or breakouts or boils and problems and pain. The reason those 2 things go hand in hand and you have to be really careful is because the pancreas is the only gland that has both those glands. And that is what is in control of your insulin, which is your sugar. The hypothalamus gland. That gland is the one that is in charge of our metabolism and also in charge of our body temperature. When I tell you I'm always in a sweater, it could be hot outside with the sun. Guess who has on a sweater? Me. Yes, me. And when I tell you about my metabolism, yeah. That's why I'm always in the gym now, because before I was tired of people asking me when I do. I would literally look for a broomstick to trip them. The other gland that we're going to be talking about is the Pituitary Gland, and that one is the one that is in charge of cell growth. It's also the one that's in charge of our kidneys. Kidneys are the ones that store water, so that's why we're always bloated. Yay! That is also the one that is in charge of muscle contraction. I be hitting it out like this all the time. You? Just me? Okay. That's also the one that is in charge of sex hormones. Yeah. I wasn't horny before. Nope. Yep. Sex drive was really low. And it's also the one that is in charge of the release of milk. Because even when I wasn't pregnant, guys, guess who had milk in her titties? Me! Because all these hormone messengers and these chemical messengers were sending all kind of wrong chemical messengers to my brain. So the pineal gland now. The pineal gland is the one that is in control of the sleep, the melatonin. That's the reason why I can fall asleep anywhere. We could be in the derbies or we could be in race cars, and guess who can fall asleep? Me. I can fall asleep anywhere. It's kind of scary. I won't drive at night much because I can literally fall asleep in a hurricane, in an earthquake. Guess who will be sleeping like a baby? Me. Again, wrong hormones being sent all over the place, right? And it's also the gland that is in control of no periods, right? So now I would love that. I really would love not having no period, you know? But when I was infertile, I really didn't enjoy that one. The other gland that we're going to talk about is the thyroid. The thyroid is the reason why I am fat. Well, not now, because I can walk past a Snicker now. But before, I couldn't walk past a Snicker. That's the reason why I was fat. The thyroid gland is the one that is also in control of the blood pressure. I could go to the doctor and they would look at me and ask me if I'm okay, and I never understood why, because my blood pressure was so low and I thought that was normal. And I literally would have to talk. They would look at me like I'm a dead person, and I'm like, no, that's normal for me. My blood pressure was always low, and because I didn't really know what that meant, I just thought that I wasn't under stress. But then one time I was really under stress, and I said, "You sure it's still low? Because it's supposed to be high." The other one that we have to talk about is the ovaries. And this is a really big one for infertility. This is the one that causes extra testosterone. We don't need no extra testosterone. We's a whole woman over here. We don't need no extra testosterone. Again, the messengers is bringing all kind of crap up there that in the brain and all over the place that makes no sense at all. So that is the reason why I have facial hair. Like, I'm not gonna lie, one time I was pulling on it and I was like, yeah, you know, I felt kind of, my husband wasn't really feeling that though. He was like, you need to, no, he wasn't really into that. But I was feeling like, you know. Anywho, the hardest time of my life when I was trying to have a baby, and it didn't matter what I do, I could put my legs up and I could hold it for hours and I could hope that things would run down to my whole brain, and it did not matter. It wasn't connecting because the right hormones was not there. So guys, we're going to be talking about the one that brings this whole thing in one whole circle. Remember that PCOS is because of the endocrine gland, which is the internal within your bloodstream. And then the hidradenitis is the exocrine, because it's on the outside. It's something that you see on the outside. It's different cells, it's different glands, the external, the sweat glands, the folds, right? But the pancreas gland is actually what brings those two together, and that's why they are basically one in one. They actually go hand in hand. That's why we have to be very careful. If you don't have one and you have the other, please take the candy out of your mouth right now. Go poof, 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 poof. Spit it out, please, because they literally go hand in hand, and I would not wish this on nobody. Okay? So the pancreas is actually what is in charge of our insulin levels, right? And our insulin levels are what is in charge of our sugar. PCOS is actually insulin resistance. Our bodies cannot break down sugar like regular people. You know, you can just picture these. You remember like in Snow White when they're like, oh, it's off to work we go. Picture those little people in your body and you're overworking them because they're not used to that workload. Like they're like, what is all this you're sending? You only can send like this little bit of sugar and you're just dropping a whole bunch of sugar on them. They can't handle that. That's basically our body. We cannot handle that. And then when we're thinking about sugars, I don't want you to just think that it's sweets. Sugars are not just sweets. It's also your carbs. You really have to watch your carbs because your carbohydrates break up into simple sugars, and that is sugar too. So you have to watch your carbs and you have to watch your sugars. And basically the same effect that I had, which is basically I had PCOS, I didn't do anything to help with that. And then when I was pregnant with my kids, my hormones went into a different kind of loop that pushed on hidradenitis on me during that time frame, right? So basically what I get from it is that you're going to do a reverse, and that's what I have been doing with my body. What happens is when I cut sugars out of my diet and when I cut carbs out of my diet, to some extent my body comes into some kind of like regulation. I don't have breakouts under my arm as much anymore. Like I can go a long period of time. If I really am strict and I'm really disciplined, I can go a long period of time without a flare up. And I actually, by working out, I will start losing weight. By losing weight, I've noticed that my periods are coming regularly, right? By losing weight and not adding these things, I'll notice that my skin is clearer, just like when we drinking our water and minding our business, our skin is clear. Yes, all these things happen. So by doing these little steps, you're going to see your body change. Like the way God made our body is so amazing. Like once we start purifying our body and really saying, okay, our bodies can't handle that, and saying, baby, don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna take care of you. Once we start doing that, you're gonna see how everything just comes full force and you'll be reversing these effects little by little. I'm not telling you that nothing that I haven't lived. Look, I'm not in pain right now, and I have 3 babies running around here somewhere. So that means I must did something right. You know, other than every other day and putting my leg in the stool. But other than that, I must know something here. So basically, it all boils down to chemical messengers, our hormones. And the hormones are required to transmit information to the brain and to the nervous system. And that is where the glands come into play. Because if they're not acting right and they're in balance, they're sending all kind of whack messages all over the place. And that's why my belly big. That's why I have male hormones when I'm supposed to have a whole pretty face with no hair. That's why I'm supposed to have a whole baby and it made me think that I have a penis down there, and it need to tell my brain that I don't have a penis, I have a vagina. So that's basically why, you know, it kind of go all hand in hand in a big old circle. So I just wanted to close out and say, watch your sugars. And I love you guys with all my heart. You're not alone. My hidradenitis people, nothing is wrong with you. It's all genetics. Ain't nothing wrong with us. We are everything. You hear me? We are fabulous. Okay? I love you guys, my PCOS people. Babies. And we go tweeze tomorrow together. You know what? Let's form a time when you want to tweeze. We should all tweeze like 6 o'clock, and then we're gonna feel good in our heart because we know that we're all tweezing together. No, okay. Please subscribe, please follow, please share, please press the notification, please like, please comment. And I love you guys, and we're gonna just do this together. We're gonna be the greatest support team on here, and we're just gonna put under the comments, if you have hidradenitis, say we love you, I love you, and it's just a whole bunch of love because nobody understands us like us. And I'm gonna show you in the next video coming up what I do about my pain, and it has helped. Because I can't go through life in a whole bunch of pain. So them things need to come to a head real quick, you know. Bye everyone. Kisses.